Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Tim Stanovic along with Carol Masser. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg television markets correspondent Nora Melinda with today's Stock Movers. What is going on in the after hours?
Well, I am looking at some of the crypto-linked stocks that finished higher. I mean, you've been really looking at Bitcoin just rallying nonstop. If you look at XBT USD, that ticker up for about $111,000 is what it's currently trading at right now. And you're seeing a lot of the other companies like Hut 8, CleanSpark, a few of those other names out here really riding the AI wave here. A lot of them expanding into artificial intelligence data centers, and you're really starting to see that further buoying the space even more than it was before, Tim.
Buoying is a hard word to say sometimes. You know that?
I'm going to let you take it.
You trip up a little bit, right?
Buoying.
You just sound it out.
You are a captain, Carol, and I assume that is a sailing term also?
Which one?
Are there buoys in sailing?
Buoys. Yeah, there are buoys.
Okay.
Do you know actually nautical terms? Like, I was just watching something on PBS about how the origins of words and expressions. You look so engaged.
I think, what were you watching? I want to know what you were watching on Netflix really that you're keeping a secret.
This is her weekend watch, mind you.
No, Carol,
The Diplomat.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah,
quite good.
We binged the whole freaking season. Can I say freaking?
First or second season?
No, the latest one.
Well, you have to go back and watch like the end of. I forgot what happened in the first season, so I feel like I have to go back and watch like episodes 8 and 9 and 10 or whatever. Did you have to do that?
She's got a new squeeze, like main squeeze. Like, and my husband and I are like, where'd that come from? I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Netflix, for coming on last night because we had 2 more episodes.
Netflix earnings later this week. We're keeping it on task. Okay,
yes,
we are on task.
We're focusing on our world. Okay, where do you want to go next?
Let's look at some names that ended lower today in trading. So Getty Images and Shutterstock, both of those companies tumbled. We got Getty, that's ticker GETY, and Shutterstock SSTK, both of them lower. This is after the UK's Competition and Markets Authority said that their merger may be expected to result in a substantial lessening of competition here. So, I mean, of course, you are seeing some pressure to both of those stocks. Of course, if you hear that news, that's not what investors
have regulators
like
heard about AI? Did they just hear the interview that we did on Bloomberg, Adobe? Like, people are going to be creating images. Like, there's going to be competition. You're going to create images, Tim. I'm going to create images. Nor you're going to create images.
I think people call it AI slop.
AI slop.
Is the?
Did you make that up?
No,
or do
I
people
wish I could
actually
take
say
credit
that?
for that. Yeah, people take credit for it. I mean, people actually say that. I cannot take credit for that.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Let's talk Apple. Big
Apple.
day.
I mean, we cannot get through this conversation without talking about Apple. Massive day for them, of course, hitting their first record of 2025. And this is after a lot of the optimism that we saw for AI demand coming from the US and China. This in particular from the iPhone 17 series, which is the most recent series that we saw drop. And this is a 14% uptick in sales than what we saw from the previous lineup, which was the iPhone 16. I'm losing count as I speak. 16, 17. Yeah,
we're on 17.
We're on 17 now, but that's really what we're seeing pushing this stock higher. And of course, we know that this is a stock that has barely gained about maybe 5% year to date. It's up 4.7% so far this year. So this is some fantastic news for the company. You were definitely seeing Wall Street investors celebrating today.
Well, speaking of celebrating, we're seeing shares of some regional banks move higher.
Yes, we are.
Also in the after hours. Let's start with Western Alliance.
Well, let's do that because thank you, first of all, Zions, for coming out, right? Because they came out with their earnings and we know both Zions and Western Alliance, there was a little bit of a freak out last week in terms of concerns about credit concerns. And then we saw the stock kind of turn around the fall. First of all, we had 24 hours we were worried about like regional banking crisis 2.0. And then within 24 hours, I think we started to hear from the bank about credit losses and feeling like it was a self-contained thing. Well, Zions came out with their earnings, confirmed their loan losses, right, in terms of what we were expecting. And it looks like there's no other concern. So Zions is rallying in the aftermarket.
And we're also seeing Western Alliance rally in the aftermarket right now. Western Alliance shares up 3.3%. This after the results coming from Zions.
Ticker WAL, and then Zions, ticker ZION. That's rather makes sense there. And that's up about 3%. So we just wanted to throw that in there, Nora.
So Zion's higher and then Western Alliance higher in sympathy.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Different tone than what we got last week.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good stuff. All right. we're going to certainly be watching all of these names and certainly other regional banks into the Tuesday trade. Nora, thank you so much. Bloomberg TV markets correspondent Nora Melinda.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.